What can I get you? What's this piece of junk? Wait, my dad gave this to you? Wait, what's the engraving say? Iris? All right, I'll take it. And I guess you'll want a finder's fee. This is what I can spare. Or I can trade you for this holdout piece. Never used it. Now please go. I need a break.
Plenty of fucktards with bounties on their heads out there. Come to me if you have one to turn in. Good. I'll update the database. Here's your bounty. You've wasted a badass customer in sore need of wasting. Great. Here's your U-creds.
Plenty of things will look to kill you lurking round. Plenty of things looking to flatline you round here. Yeah, I've been trying to warn everyone, but nobody listens to old Trummer. Corpsec gone, and the auto defense is offline. It's only a matter of time before the ferals come calling. Watch your back, is all that. It's a bloody bot fest is what it is. The AGI is no longer around to keep watch over the local data net. Everyone and their cousins hacking into the bots, causing all sorts of mischief and mayhem. Never like those things. Way too many complex circuits interacting with substandard coding for my taste. It's quite simple, really. The Liquid Quicks used to be the big baddies round here, led by a guy named Trenning. He and Poon are cozy from what I hear. I bet Poon's pockets are getting lined, but can I prove it? Of course not. Quicks were never friendly with the Turbo Vipers. Now with Corpsec gone, the Vipers suddenly decided to grab some territory. It's an all-out turf war out there, and I'm happy staying right here. Don't be fooled by their brush suits and posh manners. The originals just as soon kill you as look at you. There really ain't much separating them from the Quicks and the Vipers. Except maybe they got more creds to their names. And some fancy rules governing how they fuck the indents over. Bloody backstabbers and stimmed-up flatliners, a lot of them. Stay away from the corporate grab teams, friend. Those are as professional as they come. Trained killers. Only the largest multi-corps can afford to keep them on a retainer. They use AGIs to grab property, needed for imprinting the property SI or some such. I make it a point not to fuck with anyone who has direct access to an AGI. Spooky things, if you ask me. Not natural. Yeah, I know things. I get around, but I'm gonna stay as far away from any CGT as I can. Rather mess with a nest of stars. Plenty of things will look to kill you lurking round. Which corpse you wondering about? Well, you got the gangs, you got the Rojin, and then you got Onyx Void. That little outfit spans all of Velis, and all the commons too from what I hear. Probably the rest of the known galaxy. Don't fuck with them, and they won't fuck with you. Unless they got a contract for you or some such. And then you're fucked anyway. Better just hope they flatline you on the spot. I hear they like to use their targets for sport now and then. Indents, who try to justify their bollocks existence by worshipping the corporation that owns them. Sort of tragic, if you ask me. Then again, I never was one for clubs and groups and teams. More of a loner, me. There's a new influencer leading them, enthusiastic type. Not sure what they hope to accomplish now that the Ascent group's gone kaput. But to each their own, I guess. They're as corrupt as anyone, but at least they kept things somewhat under control round here. Can't say as I blame them for leaving their posts. I would too if I didn't get paid. Corpsec disintegrating, things are gonna get a lot worse round here before they get better. Old Trummer been around. Yeah, there were a lot of shutdowns when the AGI went blank. Security doors and whatnot closing all over the place. It's an automated Corpsec measure. Divide and control, right? Except there's no one left in charge to divide and control nothing. Passages are starting to open up. The gangs are pulping and flatlining one another to see who's got the biggest knob. They're making a feral casserole of the security systems while they're at it. Them towns set up their own security to cope. Now it's invites only. and probably gonna stay that way for a while. There's many tales about that flooding as there are indents in the Warrens. Why haven't they drained that little pub, you ask? And you wouldn't be the first. There's been plenty of attempts to clear Black Lake, but they've all been derailed in different ways. Sudden budget changes, sudden deaths, so on. Almost as if someone doesn't want the water gone from that place. Habstacks are built in clusters, see? Each cluster's run by a stack boss. Supposed to be the one making sure services are running and the habs are, well, habitable. Indents don't get much of a say in what stacks we live in. It's assigned on a needs basis, based on some SI algo. The stack bosses decide in the end, so everybody kisses stack boss arse. Anything to get a few floors up, or get a functional rinser or whatever. Boone runs Cluster 13. He's a tight-fisted balloon wrinkle. Corrupt to the bone. But I have to admit, he does look after us. Only so he can fuck us over himself. A place for organics like you and me. Some call it the beating heart of the arcology, but there's nothing alive about that place. There's endless amounts of hydrogen-cooled bits and bytes. But D-Nexus is also where the bots and monos go to recharge. Unless you're made of silicon, there's nothing for you there, mate. Best stay away. Well, you got the deep stink at the bottom. You're well versed in that sector. Then you got us low-habbers scraping behind the Warrens on the low levels. With the commercial zones, nodes and docks and stuff above us. At the very top, you got the glitzy pinnacle. Need more U-creds than we'd ever make in a lifetime, just to get a glimpse of what it's like up there. The Ascent group board sits up there too. A foreign wankers. They got us into this mess. I know the deep stink like the back of my paw. You looking for a bit of fun? Well, the gamblers try their luck at the Speed Crust racetrack or the Golden Satori Casino. I get my fix in the cyberscape. Leveling up a new avatar as we speak. Gonna be a drone hunter. Then there's stims. Whatever works for you. Just don't touch anything made for jack-o'-lanterns. Unless you want to fuse every neuron in your brain into a solid block of stupid. Gotta say, mate, you don't look much like the gambling type. Or a stim fiend either, for that matter. Well, that's where we all get our news. If you can call it that, the corporate propaganda they pump out. I've always liked Abbott. Seems like a nice bloke. And I appreciate how he always puts a happy spin on things. Life as an indent's bollocks enough as it is. There's no need to make it worse by waddling in someone else's troubles. I hear Abbott's based right here in our ecology. He doesn't half seem to favour news from round here. Lots of people around who pissed someone off at one point or another, and I got a bounty for it. If you take one out, you can collect from the bartenders. If you bring proof, of course. Bounties are ranked. And the higher the rank, the better the pay. The bigger the chance you'll end up a bloody smear on the wall. I used to collect the occasional back in the day, but I gave up on that long ago. That's a youngish game, man. Any licensed grafter can install your rogues. The good ones might even offer to sedate you before they bring out the knives and lasers. You got what it takes, they can even upgrade your existing systems. Fine-tune them in different ways. I make a point of seeing them regularly. It doesn't do to have outdated orgs when you rely on them for work. You got the U-creds to spend, you get all sorts of stuff. Guns, tack gear, cyberdecks and whatnot. Oh, and you can find vendors in the strangest of places. Some of them might have some really fancy wares too. If you need to update the nav grid on your imp, you just need to jack into any nav point you find. It'll cost you, but could be worth it. Never was a big spender. Saving up to buy back the contract. Old trouble been around. Some interesting individuals in this here arcology. Send her to the bone, that one. I see her at the Ascender branch offices every once in a while, talking the usual bollocks about the greatness of the Ascent group. Don't contradict her, though. I don't want to end up on her shit list. Rumor has it she flatlined her own mate after discovering traces of a Malhorse Gelb skin salve in her rinser. Thought it an insult against the Ascent group. She's not the alpha feral of the bunch, though. The Ascender's got a new top influencer leading them. No name yet. And by all rights, they should have disbanded. But it's almost as if the Ascent group collapse only made them stronger. Strange. Look, I know you and Poon have got some sort of ongoing agreement, so I'd better keep me trap shut. I blabber too much anyway. Enough to say that I'd skin that scurvy jackal and use his prickly eye to wipe me arse with if I could get away with it. Yeah, we go out for a drink every now and then. Brush up on our mutual hatred. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer and all that. Plenty of things that look to kill you lurking around.
Look, thanks and all, but I need to process this on my own for a bit.
Look at this, and this, and this.
I didn't think I'd be showering in urine ever again after you fix the WMD, but it seems the golden showers won't dry up anytime soon. The kidnappers didn't just grab any random hammer when they came reading. Instead, they managed to kidnap almost every key alpha and beta level indent in the cluster. The very people we need to keep this place running. With CorpSec disintegrating, I currently have zero access to the security systems. So I don't have a fucking clue where our hammers are, who took them, or why.
If someone wanted to cripple our cluster, they couldn't have done a better job.
I need you to get these people back. Not for their sake, but for ours. You're gonna need help infiltrating the security systems, and I might have a lead for you. There's a quiche, yeah, I know, but he's a mean icecracker, a real net sage. I've employed his services once before. Unfortunately, it didn't end well, and I might have screwed him over. A bit. Needless to say, he's not accepting my pings, so it's gonna have to be face-to-face, and I'm done leaving the office.
I've learned that he set up shop in Black Lake Towers, where they had the flood. That's what I have. Cost me a good sum. What more do you want to know?
What don't you already know? They're the most powerful syndicate in the Common, and definitely here on Velis. I wouldn't go up against them if we had a choice, but we don't. And if we don't get those hammers back, our cluster is doomed. There are countless narcissistic bullshitters like me, and even more brawny quiet types like you around. We're expendable. But the alphas and betas are the hydroponic overseers, the medicals, the code jockeys, the reactor bosses and the like. Without them, we're voided, to put it mildly. Unless you happen to know how to operate a Class 4 tokamak or regulate protein growth.
Yeah, I know it's abandoned. And no, I don't know how to find him.
That's why I'm asking you to do it, fuckbrains! We need those people back pronto. Go get them.
You're Plume's errand runner, aren't you? Seen you around. I mean, team. Got an errand for you, if you're interested. Just some fact-finding. Yeah? Great. So this is what gives. Need you to find a kin of mine. Last seen in transit to the morgue. Yes, of course she's dead. What do you think, I'm stupid? She's dead, and her corpse is gone. And it's a fucking tragedy, all right? First, my buddy Tim joins Edco, so I never see his sorry ass again. And then Indina goes and fucking croaks on me. But I can't mourn her, because I ain't got no body to mourn over. How can I recycle what ain't there? Those fucktards at the morgue said they never even got her in the first place. But that's complete crock, because I fucking made sure the hospital sent her. To get her post-mortemed and all that. Had some insurance to cash in on. And yeah, that's a fucking mess now. Well, with no body. Anyway, I need someone of your stature to go talk to them corpse fuckers. Maybe check their database. I'd do it myself, but I'm a fucking Carlin. About as intimidating as a shit stinger. You find Indina's body, I give the insurance payout, and you get a cut. That's it. Simple. Let me know what you find.
Arrows on leash will be shot.
Ready to jack in?
up if you got the script.
What? Ah, what a specimen. You must help me. I'm on the verge of an enormous breakthrough, but I need assistance. My name is Dr. Humido. Perhaps you know of my work. No? Well, I am in need of a fearless indent. Is that you? Excellent. See, I specialize in germline bacteria modifications, but I'm having trouble growing my samples. This latest batch needs an abundance of humidity. So I will send you, someone used to a life of adventure. Place these petri dishes at the locations I've sent your imp. Off you go. Great things await.
Weather at the pinnacle is still constant sun. Work hard.
Hey, you, little guy. Yeah, that's right. Seen you around here. Maybe you can lend all Atticus a hand. This ain't been so great lately, but I'm thinking there might be a way we can turn that around. See, all these weaklings in here, they just don't have the time or the patience to really build out their physiques. Know what I mean? Pains me to say it, but gone are the days when you'd put in months, years to really pump yourself up. Build yourself out. Now, everyone wants instant results in, like, weeks. I've tried doing it old school here, but the clients just aren't having it. They want to get pumped, and they want it now. So I'm thinking, well, if the customer is always right, maybe a little chemical enhancement might just be the thing. So, would you mind fetching a little something for me? A little chemical booster. Awesome, bro. You're a lifesaver. I need to pick up this shipment of chemical enhancers for me. It's in the node. I'm sure you know the place. You can grab the goods from my contact over there. Bring everything back right away, and I'll cut you in on a nice little slice of the delivery.
You are not invited. Move on. Taking pride in your work.
Don't attempt to repair Ascent Group's robots unless you are an accredited robot repair specialist.
Access to other tiers might be restricted pending indent status and full arcology restoration.
Weather at the pinnacle is still constant.
This vertical transport hub doubles as the arcology garbage disposal. An estimated 300 tons of unfiltered waste is thrown into the pit every day.
arrivals detected. This is a reminder that the maintenance sector
I know what real pain feels like.
Oh, you have returned. Hans is beside himself with excitement, and you have gathered the specimens needed. Wonderful. Hans promised to pay, and here it is. A booster of health and well-being to relieve your daily aches and sufferings. Worth more than any measly sum of Eucreds. Thank you again, and please stop by anytime, should you have need of anything else.
I see potential.
Look no further.
don't attempt to repair Ascent Group's robot.
This is The Feed, with yours truly, Grateful Abbott. The wildly popular quiche rhapsodizer, True Talk, is embarking today on Here Intercom Tour, visiting 20 systems in 20 cycles, relative. Here entourage of nearly 2,000 frenzied groupies of all species has been given a ship of their own, aptly named the Fornicatori. It will surely be the party of the century on board, which incidentally is how how long the tour will last in real time. The feed will be giving out 5 berths on the Fornicatory to lucky contestants. Visit our sphere for more information. All the usual disclaimers apply. It always warms my tender heart when I hear of people overcoming great odds during a crisis. And today, I have just such a story to share with you. Word has reached the feed of a recent meeting between stag bosses in the Warrens, that colorful and rustic Lohab sector in the Upper Deep. The carnage was a joy to behold for fans of the intense sport, as 3 teams saw their contestants completely obliterated. We've also learned that the Rojan in Corp Zone has gracefully offered aid and support to anyone in need during these trying times. They're giving away free starter chips at the Golden Satori, and even free spins for a select few. And they've even gave out blankets to a group of destitute Lohabbers. How thoughtful. It's truly encouraging when such a respected organization stoops to help the little people. It's like I always say, every dark cloud comes with a silver lining.